Greetings, Willow Mashant here. Today's topic is finding the warrior goddess within you. Now, granted, this is more for the ladies out there, but it's also for those men who support the women in their lives. Whether it's your mother, your sister, your wife, your daughter, your granddaughter, it's for all of you too. So I want to start by telling you a little story. I want to talk about when I first understood the aspect of the goddess, just in general, that was within me. Back in January of 1996, that was the beginning of my real awakening, I think. I was challenged by a professor to do a paper for my pop culture class on the comparison of witchcraft versus metaphysics. And I remember looking at him with my heart falling into my stomach going, you want me to infiltrate the witches and find out what they do? Because I had no clue what witches were. I didn't know what the term Wicca meant. I didn't know what witchcraft really was, only what Hollywood had taught me. So he encouraged me to talk to another young woman in my class. Now, you have to remember, I was in my early 30s during this time, and I was still fresh, still kind of wet behind the ears. And I remember talking to this other student, and she told me about this metaphysical bookstore that I should go to. She says, you'll find everything you need for your paper there. So I'm like, okay. So I took the biggest guy that I knew with me. He was over 6 foot tall, attractive guy. And I said, let's go. I need protection because I don't know what I'm getting into. So we went to this little tiny metaphysical shop in Chesterton, Indiana at the time. It was called Insights Bookstore. That wasn't a very menacing name either. It was very inviting. And I remember he and I walked into that doorway and we looked around and we went, ooh, they have crystals. It smells great in here. This isn't scary. Where's the scary part? So we walked in and literally we ended up spending the entire day there till they closed. But while I was there, I walked up to the counter and I talked to the owner, Karen, and I said, could you point me in the direction of how I can find out about the witches in the area, witchcraft? I'm doing a paper for school and I really need some help. And she didn't skip a beat, and she yells out, hey, Star, this young lady would like to know about witchcraft. Can you come over here and help her? And I'm like, oh, no. I was like, first off, mortified, embarrassed. And so this lovely, unassuming, middle-aged lady comes over to me with short hair and glasses, just wearing slacks and a top. And she goes, I can help you with that. I'm a witch. And I'm like, what? This isn't scary. So we got to talking and she invited me to a goddess retreat weekend for Imbolc. Now, I didn't know what Imbolc was, but it's the day that we celebrate Bridget or Breed. It's Breed's Day. And she is the goddess of craftsmen, of the mother aspect. And I'm like, okay, well, that ought to be really good research for my paper. So I went with Star to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan on the weekend of February 3rd in 1996. It was freezing. No, it was below freezing, okay? It was a 2-day retreat for ladies. We stayed in a hotel nearby. But the first day was all about, we watched some videos, we listened to some lectures, we learned about who Bridget was, who Breed was, and it really started to open my eyes. I'm like, this isn't scary. This is beautiful, and this is female empowerment. And I was like, wow, taken aback. I was like, okay, so what's next? And they told us a little bit the first day. Now, tomorrow you'll have an option. If you would like, you can participate in our sweat lodge. And I'm like, I don't even know what a sweat lodge is. I didn't. I hadn't really studied that yet either. I was really fresh on my path. I had been a medium and a psychic, and I knew how to read tarot cards, but I did not know all about this other stuff. Wow, was this an awakening, you know? So the next day, I was still kind of questioning, should I do this? Shouldn't I? And I chose to do it. And then they told us it was in the nude. And I'm like, I was very body conscious. I still am. I still have issues. A lot of women, a lot of us have these issues. We're embarrassed by this body. Well, I had to get past that because this was a challenge. And boy, did I put myself in a position of not being in my comfort zone at all. So I looked around, and we were women from all different backgrounds, different races, different ages, different shapes and sizes. And we did this sweat lodge in the nude to find our goddess within us. And I still get choked up. But we were all beautiful. We were all the aspect of the goddess in one shape or form. I realized that even though I'd had 4 children, my body had the battle scars of giving birth. It was a beautiful body. Wow. Nobody else seemed to be embarrassed but me. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like everybody else. We all have our insecurities. We all have our battle scars of some sort. And I came back feeling so strong from that weekend, so empowered, that I had to start sharing it with everybody. And I'm like, did you know you have the body of a goddess? We all have the body of a goddess. That was just the beginning for me. So it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, if you're curvy or if you're thin. It doesn't matter. Take a look at all the different goddess statues that are out there. The Willendorf, for instance, she's round and beautiful. And then there's Diana the warrior, and there's the Morrigan the warrior on the battlefield with her crows, and there's so many different goddesses, and we're all different shapes and different sizes and different races, different nationalities. Look at it all. And so I called this video Finding the Warrior Goddess Within because we also all go through our battles. And we have to bring out our strength. We have to bring out the warrior that is within us. And we may resonate with Diana, we may resonate with the Morrigan, we may resonate with the Voodoo Loa of Mama Dantor or Zuli Dantor. That's who I go to. We're all different. But Finding the Warrior Goddess, I started a group when I lived up in Canada, in Alberta, in Lethbridge. And it was a weekly meeting for women who had been abused, who were going through trauma, who were going through divorces, who had lost their children, who had just gone through many, many things in their lives. And it was an empowerment circle to help us lift each other up, to support each other, a place where we could go, where we could talk, where we could be ourselves. Well, our country, the United States, is going through a really bad time. It's a war against women, ladies. It is. And gentlemen, it's a war against the women. So we need the warrior goddess that's within us now. We do. We need to find her, and we need to pull her back out. Now, I'm going to just peel back some of my layers a little bit, because I promised that earlier on in some of my videos that I was going to peel my layers. And this really is one of those raw layers that I'm peeling away right now. I have been in abusive relationships all 3 of my marriages. My first one, I was physically abused and emotionally abused. The second one, I was more emotionally abused and then threatened with physical harm at the end. My third one was extremely bad. He was a sociopath with narcissistic tendencies, so I have a lot of that I'm still working through. I have been raped. I have been date raped. I was even raped by my ex-husband on the way out of that marriage. I have been physically abused multiple times, and my last ex-husband tried to strangle me while I was sleeping. So I have gone through a lot, and I don't regret any of my lessons, because every one of those experiences has made me stronger. I had to get past that and understand that they were lessons. They were never punishments. They were lessons. I needed to learn. I needed to learn. I needed to learn. And why did I need to learn? I needed to learn so that I could help other women. And since I have left my last marriage, and I am now still single, I have been able to empower other women through sessions, life coaching, spiritual advising sessions. This is important. And so I am very grateful for the lessons that I had to go through. I don't regret them. It has helped me find my warrior goddess within me. When I was going through my divorce, another friend of mine who practiced voodoo had come up to me, and by me moving here to New Orleans, I started looking at the voodoo loa. I looked at voodoo because it is very prevalent here. It's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful spiritual path. And my friend came up to me and she goes, "Dawntor wants to work with you. She really needs to work with you. She wants to be with you." And I looked at her and I went, "Like Erzulie Dawntor, Mama Dawntor?" And she's like, "Yes." And then I started to really do some more research. And Mama Dawntor is just that. I am now a child of Dawntor because she is my mama. She protected me from that man who I was divorcing. She protects women and children against men who would harm them. She also helps women in business, so I like her for that too. So she helps us, and there are different goddesses, and in a way she's a goddess. She's a Loa, but I see her as a goddess figure. She's equivalent to the Virgin Mary. She is, here, let me show you. I'm going to bring her doll over that I made. She has her baby. She is dark skinned, and she protects us with her dagger. Okay, I made her in the beginning when I was told she wanted to work with me. I literally put her altar together. I gathered things for her altar, and I made her the doll to represent her, as well as her veve back here with the heart. My friend Carol sent me the metal one up there for my birthday last year. So I'm very connected to Mama Dawntor. She's a very big part of who I am now. She brought out the warrior goddess in me. And there will be a way to bring your warrior goddess out as well. So I want to channel the divine source today for you. I want to figure out a way for us, each individual female, to bring out that goddess who is that warrior. We can go to the different deities for that protection and that help, but we have the goddess inside of us. We are the goddess. We all are. We are maiden, mother, and crone. We have grown. I am a crone now. I am very happy to be the crone. It has brought me wisdom in my life through my life experiences. And yes, a lot of them were really, really tough. But now I want to be able to share that with other women and help empower you. And that's the important part today. We have a war on women. We now have abortion bans going on in multiple states, including Louisiana. I have 3 daughters, and I have two granddaughters. And I have lots and lots of friends who are still of childbearing age, and I want to stand up and be the warrior goddess for them. We need to stand up. We need to group together, gather as the female force, the female energy. We are the ones that bring forth life, okay? But it takes two. It takes the male as well. And men need to understand that we're not doing this by ourselves. We could, but that's science. And we still need to have a fertilized egg no matter what, and somebody has to fertilize that egg. So I want to go ahead now, and I'm going to channel. We're going to use the Syrian Starseed Tarot deck, but I'm going to channel the Divine Source. I want to get her advice. I want to hear from her. I want to see what she has to tell us, to encourage us, and to help us find that warrior goddess within. Because the term warrior goddess has been coming to me a lot over the last couple of weeks. Talking to my best friend Carol last night, she said it was coming to her too, this term warrior goddess. So there is a reason for this. She has been guiding us. And so I want to see what she has to say now. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. I don't know how many I'm going to pull. I'm going to let her just talk to me, and I'm going to see what she's saying. Let her come into me and guide me. Divine Source, Divine Mother, all that is, I welcome you to use my voice today. I welcome you into me. I ask that you give us a message to guide all the women out there to find the warrior goddess within. You've been giving me this term, and now I want to share this with all of those women out there who need this at this time. Bless us all, Mother. Somewhere to be. At this time, I know you all seek safety and security in your lives. That safety and security feels very shaky right now. You feel very alone, very afraid, but don't be. I am still with you. I will never leave your side. You are strong females. You are warriors. Through your fear, through your tears, you still must find your blessings. You're still here on the planet. You're still here learning. You're still here going through your awakening. It's important that you find joy as well. Try to rise up. It is a scary time, but remember, I am there with you. Listen to your intuition. Pay attention to your dreams. These are so important at this time. I am guiding you through your visions. I am guiding you through your intuition. Your spirit guides will also be there with you. You have an army backing you. You are a warrior with a complete army to back you, to support you, to be with you. This chaos, this war on women will not last. It will not be sustained. You must have faith. This is a challenge, but the challenge is to find your warrior goddess within you. Wake up. She's in there. Do not fear. Do not be afraid. Do not give up. Stand up. Raise your voice. Be heard. Help one another. Don't knock each other down. There are women out there that are still following what the men are telling you. But women need to protect women. We need to stand up. I am with you. Women who are saying that we shouldn't have the right to abort a fetus. And that's wrong. They are wrong. Rise up. Be strong, my warrior women. Be strong. This will take teamwork. It will take female politicians and females around not just the country, but the globe. There is a war on women everywhere, not just here in the United States. We that look into this planet see it globally. You will see articles in the news from around the world. Look at El Salvador. They imprison women for 40 years for having a miscarriage. Those women need to rise up as well. We around the whole planet need to rise up. There are more women than there are men. Remember, you come from the stars. You get your strength from the stars, from the sun, from the moon energy as well. Let it fill you. Let it empower you. On the next new moon, go out. Absorb the darkness of the moon, even though you can't see it, it's there. When the sun rises, be outside and breathe in the sunshine. Empower yourself. Ground yourself into Gaia and empower yourself each day. On the next full moon, go out. Bathe in the light of the full moon. Even if there are clouds, she is still there. She is shining down on you. Fill that energy into your bodies. Fill up with all that light, all that power, all that strength. You are all scarred. You have gone through your battles. You are fighting illness. You are fighting men. You are fighting against the system. You are fighting every day. Embrace your battle scars. Just shows how strong you are. The female spirit is ascending. We are empowering you. We are helping you. Your spirits will rise up and be stronger. You will have success individually and globally. But we must all stick together. Every single female, you need to stick together. You cannot knock each other down. Your bodies are yours. This is your third dimensional vessel. You are multidimensional. You are having this human experience. But you must learn from it. But you also will find the true self to be strong, to be of warrior energy. Rise up, be heard, lift your voices and lift your vibration across the planets. Reach out to hold the hand of the next woman next to you. Female energy to female energy. You have men who will support you as well. Not all men are bad. There are men who will support your right to choices with your bodies, who will believe and support you for equality because you deserve it. You are those beings that brought the males into this planet. You have the power of that, of choosing who you bring in and who you do not. Rise up, be strong, find your center, ground every day. I will connect with you. You will see me in your dreams. I will guide you. Listen to your intuition. It will be strong. But you must pay attention. Do not give up. Do not fear. Do not lose hope. I am there for you every day. The divine source is our creator. She is female energy. It takes the female to create, but we as females have the choice whether we create or not. We can create children or choose not to have any. This is our bodies. This is our time. Remember that. Every woman out there. You can stand on your choice. If you don't want to have an abortion, that's fine. But don't deny other women of that choice. Women are being raped. They are having incestual rape. They are being abused. They are being forced to carry children who cannot even viably be born. They will be put to death if they have an abortion. This is ridiculous. Time to stand up, ladies. Time to listen to the divine. Find your warrior goddess within. Reach out to other women. Create circles around the globe. And let your voices be heard. I hope this helps all of you. If you are seeking a personal reading, of course, I'm available. You can find me on my website, willalemmachant.com. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. All the links, of course, are down below in the video. One of the things that I would like to see happen is a warrior goddess movement. I just want you to think about that. Think about those words. Warrior goddess movement. Stand up and let your voices be heard. Don't let them silence us. Until next time, be blessed.